Set theory, page 6. This is part G. So we are going to generalize something that we have learned, or hopefully a pattern that we've noticed from our previous examples with set D, set B, and then set C. So let's go ahead and fill out the numbers of the elements in each set. So we had 2 in set D, and 3 in set B, and 4 in set C. So if you'll go back and count the number of subsets, we found that we had 4 subsets in set D. For set B, we had 8. And for set C, we had 4 elements and we had 16. Interesting. It looks like the number of subsets doubles each time as we increase the element by 1. And the number of proper subsets, remember you can't include the set itself, so we had for set D 3, for set B we had 7, and for set C we had 15. So maybe you see a pattern. What could we do with if our any set has n elements? What could we do with how many elements there are? And something to get this right here. So looks like each one of these are, let's see, 2 to the second power is 4, 2 to the third power is 8, 2 to the fourth power is 16. Perhaps that's it. So that's the number of subsets. For any set A with n elements, there are 2 to the n subsets of set A. All right, how did we figure out the proper subsets? Well, it looks like it's just 1 less. So we take our 2 to the n and then subtract 1. So there would be 2 to the n minus 1 proper subsets of set A with n elements. Oops. So let's carefully read our examples. That's the whole reason why I'm having to redo this particular video. Example A, if set n has elements 1, 2 through 10, so that looks like that's 10 elements in set n. Use a formula to determine how many subsets of each set n exist. So that would be 2 to the 10th power. So I will put that in my calculator. And I get 1,024. Let's look at B. If set M has Andes, Rockies, Himalayas, Pyrenees, Appalachians as their elements, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements in set M. Use a formula to determine the number of proper subsets of set M. So that would be 2 to the 5th, that's the number of subsets, but to get to the proper subsets, minus 1. So 2 to the 5th is 32, minus 1 gives us 31. All right, C. If set S is a set of states in the U.S., use a formula to write an expression. We're not going to work it out, just write expression for the number of subsets and the number of proper subsets. I want both. For set S. So if it's a number of states in the U.S., oops, wrote that incorrectly. Our cardinality is 50, so subsets, we're just going to say 2 to the 50th power, and all we have to do for the proper subsets is 2 to the 50th power and subtract 1.